Yo, what up, what up? We back with another episode of Talks with the Crew podcast. Today, we are here. As you can see, I got my shades on waiting for the flames, man. Cowboyed up. It's about to get real spicy in here today. We talking about these Ole Miss Rebels. But of course, I got to bring in my co-host. First up, you know who we got. My boy, Coach Matt. Talk to him one time, Matt.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, Coach Matt. Follow me at X and all the other socials, Coach Matt49. Like you said, best way to describe it is finna get spicy.
Yes, indeed. Spicy it is. And here go the man of the hour, Mr. Cameron
Yes,
Bell.
sir. Hey, man, what up, man? Your boy back, man. Fresh off vacation, man. Howdy. Man, you can follow your boy on X at _Cameron22. Hey, it's going to be a good show, man. Tune in.
Hey, y'all got to excuse him. He a little confused. He been out in the sun too long. He a little dehydrated and talking crazy. But of course, man, you know, it was only right. We had my guy, Cameron Bell was talking a little crazy to this guy when we featured Mississippi State. So you know it was only right. I had to bring him back and let him get his get back. So of course we got Mr. Doc Brown. Talk to him one time.
Oh yeah, it's your boy Doc Brown. I'm back for another exciting episode. You can follow me on X at Doc Brown 1220, and I'm just glad to be a part of what we doing tonight. It's gonna get real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like he said, it's about to get real. It's about to get real. We stepping aside the locker room tonight, man. Like I said, we are discussing these Ole Miss Rebels. We'll go back last year to 2023, but they had a historic season. For their school, I would say they had a historic year. They did some big things, But before we jump into that, I had to do my just due and help support these Plantersville Pirates with my guy Coach Marion. Talk to him one time, Matt.
Yeah, definitely. Jerry Marion, Coach Marion, great dude, big heart. Me and Cam coached him. Bell went to school, played ball with him. So, we all know his character and type of man he is. Growing up to be a great guy, great coach in that community. Like you said, he's trying to gather some support for Plantersville Middle School basketball. You can contact Coach Marion. The number's down at the bottom. So 662-213-4202. Email jerry.marion@leecountyschools.us. And just a little bit about that, he's just trying to raise money, raise some support. This will go to, feeding the kids, both the boys and girls team, whether it's game meals, stuff for practice, could be jumpsuits, different equipment that they need. And also your organization, your family name, your church, whatever it may be, your business will be featured as a sponsor, during their games. So big ups to Jerry and what he's trying to do. Definitely trying to support him and everything that he's doing. And y'all support your boy, man. He's doing great things.
Yes, sir, man. We give him support. Like I stated in the previous episode, Talks with the Crew will be throwing in and helping support at least one game meal. Coach Marion, reach out to me and we'll work out the logistics and the details and we'll get you squared away, man, for the kids.
Yes.
Let's go, Bell. You know what time it is. Let's go.
Yes, sir, man. Ole Miss Rebels, man. 2023 record. We were 11-2, 6-2 in the SEC. We had a good year. Like he said, we did something we never done before. Was won 11 games, only lost 2 games, and we're looking to come in 2024 even better. Some things I feel like we could have been better on is building our defensive line and offensive line to be fit for the SEC, for the big dogs, of course. We knew the ugly loss to Georgia that kind of opened our eyes, and of course we lost a close one to Bama. But this year we're looking to do bigger and better things.
Now, I will give y'all one thing. Your offense was explosive, but of course, Ole Miss was Ole Miss on defense. You can't give up 23 points a game, and expect to win every game. Offense going to be clicking some days, like we stated before. Some games, offense not going to be clicking. The defense going to have to get some stops, man. You can't wait till the fourth quarter, last drive, and try to get a stop trying to win the game. You know what I'm saying? So props to the Ole Miss offense. Of course, Lane, as everybody say, the Lane train going to keep on rolling. Lane is a very innovative and creative offensive genius, man. I give him that. Like the dude, the playbook he got and the stuff he pulls out is very immense. But one thing I have noticed with Lane is the creativity he uses early on in the game trying to jump out and get a lead. Because he knows if that defense, if he got to depend on that defense, it might not happen. You know what I'm saying? That's just my perspective, my observation.
Yeah, tapping in on that, watching a lot of the games, it seemed to be that was the trend. Like you said, offensively, a lot of power, a lot of explosive offensive power, um, a lot of nice plays as far as that playbook opening things up. Of course, Trey Harris, once he came back from being injured last year, he showed out. It was a lot of times nobody could guard him. It was just throw it up to Trey, he gonna catch it. But defensively last year they were definitely lacking as far as the O line too. But you know, it was like you said, it's still for Ole Miss. It was still a historic year, 11 wins, something that's never been done in the program. So I give them their flowers for that. But time to move on to 2024.
Yes, sir.
Doc, what you got? What you got on last year, man? You muted. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
sir.
good.
We got
Okay.
you. We got
I think last year for me, I'm gonna say I felt indifferent about it. I feel like when it comes to Lane, you already know offense, it ain't nothing you're gonna be able to pretty much do to stop them. Feel like they had a great power, packed offense, was good on the outside, had great running backs. Like you said, even when it comes down to the defense, I feel like they were very serviceable. I feel like last year I kind of kept close with them because Cam, he my brother, so I feel like we kind of watch each other's teams without trying to tell each other that we watching each other's teams. But when I look at last year, I remember the game they had against Tulane. Tulane was without their starting quarterback, and really, you kind of seen they kind of got a little away from them at the end of the game. Ole Miss kind of pulled away last 6-7 minutes of the game. I remember when they played. You had an Arkansas team that wasn't very good. They squeaked it out. I feel like the loss to LSU lost the game more than Ole Miss won the game.
Facts.
I looked at the team when they played Texas A&M. If you remember, Texas A&M quarterback was hurt. Then the backup quarterback literally gets hurt the last few plays of the game, which kind of
Hey man, don't talk about Max Fadeaway Johnson like that, man.
no.
Man.
So I'm saying I remember the Auburn game. They jumped out on Auburn. Auburn came all the way back. I just feel like last year kind of was more of the record looks better than what I saw from them. And I go back to even when they played us, I wasn't really too much afraid of what they was gonna be able to do for us, and we didn't have pretty much nothing, and we was literally right there in the game, in the fourth quarter. So I'm not saying that to play on what they have this year. I feel like this year would be much better. I feel like they do have going forward. I know we're gonna get into that later, but I felt iffy about it. I feel like you had one or two plays in certain games you either easily 8-4 as opposed to 11-2, but Lane has really changed things there, so they got a great program.
To combat what he said though, the LSU game for one, I feel like being an Ole Miss fan, that's a game we normally lose. How we played, but that was a game, and I actually went to the game, and I ain't gonna lie, in my seat praying the last 8 minutes.
How is that a game y'all normally lose?
Cause what you mean, like at the end when
Yeah,
y'all scored the very last time, I think y'all went up by like it was actually two. Was it two scores? And then we
I
got
think
the
it was up
ball.
by like 10.
Yeah, we was up like it was two score. It was a 2-score game, and so I'm thinking by this time, Ole Miss we usually we lay down. You know what I'm saying? We tired. We didn't play. We satisfied with saying we played them close or played a good game, but to actually win it, I felt like man that was overcoming a feat for us. Like especially coming off a loss to Bama. So I felt like we protected the house good, and hey, that was a big game for us, especially when y'all beat us the last year. You know,
sure.
Most definitely.
For sure, man. But yo, keep returning, man. Speak on Mr. Jackson Dart a little bit.
oh man, too man. Hey, we got a leader in him, man.
Whoa. Pause. 2 is Shador Sanders. Don't ever put Jackson Dart out there and talking about some 2. Don't never in your life do that, cuz. Jackson Dart is Jackson Dart. Call him by his name. You hear me?
Dart, man.
That boy one. He win one little funky bowl game. Now he 2.
Dart,
no, man.
Dart too, man.
Stop all that, man.
He know what's up, man.
Stop
He
all
know.
that, man.
No, I got Shadur better than him. I say he better than him, but Dart, he close. He close. But man, he had a good year. 23 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and he threw for 3,364 passing yards. Feel like that was a good year. Like I said, we had some close games we could have lost. Um, had some bad games that he played. Didn't look so good, but through it all, man, he battled. He was battle tested, and he came out on top. I feel like they had a good year, but 2024 can be even better.
Hey, so while we talking about Jackson Dart, right? The Scott, I know the expectations are Heisman candidate and all that. So you being the ultimate Ole Miss fan right now, take the hat off, take the Ole Miss hat off, and just be a football person, be a true
He
football
can't do
analyst.
that. He can't do that,
I
Cam.
know
He
that's why I had
cannot
that.
do
Hey, but that's why I had to say that first before I even threw this question out. I had to throw this out
Yes,
here first.
sir.
Take the hat off and be
that.
just be a football guy, right? Let's just
Yeah, I
you
got
know
you.
football. Let's just be a football guy. Don't be biased here. What do you feel like Jackson Dart has to improve on to take Ole Miss to the top?
I would say accuracy. I feel like not just the deep ball, not just his legs, but the accuracy. Like we got to be better between the lines. I mean, of course, like he said earlier, Matt, he alluded to it. Most of the time, you see Ole Miss when we didn't have an answer. What we do? We threw the ball up to 9, and that was, I mean, really our go-to play. Uh, unless we were running the ball with Quinshawn, but I feel like accuracy. He can be better. He can be more accurate. Make better decisions at times. When he need to throw the ball away, throw the ball away. Don't try to force none. I feel like that's where them 5 interceptions came from. I know one in particular when we played Bama, it was a close game coming out of halftime, and he been doing good really the whole game. He didn't try to, I don't know, trunked up some miss and Terry on picked the game off, and that was the game. And like I said, just not forcing. You know what I'm saying? Not being too over edge. Just be patient. Take your time, let it come to him, and hey, I feel like he make good decisions. He'll be good.
I got you. Same question, Matt.
Uh, I think he hit the nail on the head. Saying make better decisions. Jackson Dart, he played well for what was expected of him, but now even more is expected of him. So he's gonna have to make better decisions. He's gonna have to not force things, force those bad throws. Um, like Bill was saying, throw it away when you need to. Make smarter plays.
Mm-hmm.
That way, set yourself up that way you can play the next play and not turn the ball over. Things like that. But also for him, his health, man. One of the things that's been nagging Dart pretty much his whole college career is every year he's got some kind of injury. Last year, he struggled through a lower leg injury, which he pretty much took the spring off. They said he was going half speed on just about everything, trying to recoup, trying to recover as far as that goes, and just work on the mental aspects of the game. That's what's going to be the key for them, in my opinion. He's got to make better decisions, and he's also got to stay healthy. Like if he can do that, then I think he'll have a pretty successful year. I don't, even though he's right now early Heisman candidate talk, all of that stuff, I don't know if he's at that point. But if Ole Miss has the year that everybody's hyping him up to have, and he stays healthy and makes good decisions, then he could be right there in that running.
I got you. Same question to you, Doc, but I'm gonna add a little bit to it.
All right.
What does he need to do to improve? And do you think he can handle the pressure that's coming along with the expectations of 2024?
uh well, I'm gonna say when you talk about what he needs to improve, I feel like one of the things that he needed that he's getting is a better supporting cast. Uh, and I feel like if he continues just to ascend on the trajectory that he's already been doing, he will be better. I feel like because you got to look, they know they don't have Judkins, but they have more weapons surrounding him. Then also it takes the pressure off of him of having to dominate on offense because you got some defensive pieces where their defense is expected to be a lot better. So one of the things that when I see him, and now when I say this, I don't mean this in a I don't mean this how harsh it may sound, but Jackson Dart is like the person that has the Chrysler 300, but they look at it like it's a Phantom. Like
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
like what I mean is the look is similar, but it's almost like it's almost like your perception of him is actually better or greater than what he actually is. Like when I see him play, he's not. I don't think he's a bad quarterback by any stretch. But when I looked at him last year and just his abilities, I don't see uh, Heisman front runner right now as if like almost like he doesn't have the work to put in. And I'm saying when you look at the quarterbacks that are out there now, you're talking about a like a Shador Sanders. You're looking at a like a Dylan Gabriel. Some of these quarterbacks who have actually elevated their teams. Even though Colorado didn't have a great season, that was not because of Shador. It was more so they didn't have the horses. When I play, like, and I'll say this as a state fan, Matt Corral put way more fear in me than Jackson Dart has.
Facts.
Like when we play Ole Miss, it's
He's
like
better.
it's like when you played Ole Miss, it's like man. And I'm saying this, so we saying like even with Cam saying Matt Corral is better. Jackson Dart has the size. I mean, everything that you would look for in that top quarterback. But it's like I saw games last year. It's like you looking like, what is he doing? Like, why do and it's almost like um, somebody who wants to be the reason that we win, and I'm willing to do a little extra, as opposed to kind of just being okay with doing my part and trusting what's around it. And maybe that could have been because he knew some of the things that we're working with. As far as this year, that's going to be his biggest question. Can he? It's one thing to talk about being the man, but it's a whole different thing to actually be the man. Because if Ole Miss is going to get to where a lot of people are projecting them to get to, he will be the reason. Like he will have to be elite. Now I will say this to add this to the end though. I do believe he can play at the ability. I'm gonna say this: if Jackson Dart plays at the ability of his potential, not only will Ole Miss be where they should be at the end of the year, but he will solidify himself as a first round quarterback.
I got you. See, I'm glad you brought up Matt Corral. Um, I think in order for him to go to the next level, he's got to stop trying to be who was in front of him. Right? He's
Okay.
trying to cement his legacy. He's trying to show that he's better than so and so, better than the quarterback that he took over for, wearing the same jersey number. You know what I'm saying? So you automatically gonna get that comparison. You come from Southern Cal, all this stuff. So the
Wow.
number one thing for him is he's gotta trust his eyes more than his arm.
Mm.
Like we all know that he can make the throws, but sometimes he's trying to show that he can make all the throws. When some it
Yes.
don't take all the
It
throws.
don't. Yes.
Right.
As much we all know how creative Lane is. Lane is one of those offensive play callers who I ain't gonna lie to you. I sit back and study and I admire it because he gonna make you guard every blade of grass between the white lines.
Right.
Well, can I ask
So
you a question?
go ahead.
Because let me ask you this question, and I'm saying this for all y'all. Do you think because of what Lane wants to do and how he wants to do it, like Lane is that coach, he loves the deep, long touchdown, 75 yards. So my question is, do you think sometimes with Dart knowing that it kind of puts pressure on him to try to make something spectacular happen as opposed to, dissecting, slicing, and dicing? Do you think that plays a part into that?
Um, yes and no. Because we all know, you call up plays, you dial them up in practice. It looks different in practice than it does in the game. But at the same time, he's got to get mentally on the same page as Lane. Lane is a setup play caller. And I don't mean set up like for that game. Lane sets up
I got
plays
you.
based off of week 2 to week 8 because he knows you're going to watch the same film we watching. So I want you to see all this eye
That's
candy.
elite, man.
I want
That's
you to see.
elite,
I
man.
want you to see all this eye candy, and I've added 2 more variations on the backside of this from week 2. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
Because you got to
yeah.
think now. Every college staff has what, like 6 to 8 defensive analysts,
Hmm.
and an analyst's job is they're the ones that study tendencies. They're the ones that break down game film. They're the ones that
Right.
break down personnel. They're the ones that break down groupings and formations and tendencies and red zone scoring, and they do all that. So they're the ones that actually give the coordinators the breakdown so that they can install what they need to install to prepare for what they prepare for. So if Lane is showing you a bunch formation with all over crosser routes over and over in week 2 against Mercer, North Alabama, whoever else. Best believe come week 6 that middleman might not be running the drag. He might start on a drag and go back corner. Or he might not have the running back pick up on the end. He might fake block and wheel up the sideline, quarterback boot left, stop, throw it all the way back to the right, which we've seen him do that multiple times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I believe yes and no to answer your question. He's got to spend more time with Lane and the OC. And I also think that's a small problem because Lane is technically not the OC. So Lane's brain is here, the OC's brain is here, Dart's is down here. So you get what I'm saying? So it's like Dart is bouncing back in between the head coach and the OC. Like, who am I listening to the most here? And all three of them have got to get on the same page, or it's not going to work the way they want it to work. I don't care who you got on the field. If your trigger puller is not on the same page as the two offensive mind heads, it's not going to work.
I got you.
I'll let y'all answer that question. If
I mean,
different.
What you think, Cam? I mean,
I would say I would first start off saying it's year 3. By this point, I'm with Cam. You should know. It should be something you just got to know. Like, this is 3rd year in. I mean, technically, like he said, it's gonna be different from week 2 to week 8. But still, you got to know what the man is saying, and you got to know what you're looking at. And then to go back to what we said earlier, decision making. Because just think about it. I mean, I know the identity, Lane Kiffin, score from far. That's what we like to do. But then again, you still got to make good decisions. If it's not there, then take the check down. You know what I'm saying? Or throw it away. Or get you 5 and get down. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just try to live by the deep ball, die by the deep ball. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, dissect. Piece by piece, piece by piece. And I feel like he can do it because, like I said, it's year 3. By this time, hey, you should know. You know what I'm saying? You should know.
I think he can do it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he can do it. I think the question is, what we see with a lot of athletes today is the ones who really want it, and then the ones who want to look like they really want it.
Yeah, for sure.
And especially in the day of the NIL, and it's kind of one of those where you see where some people are more named than game, because it's like. And I'm saying that because, like, even when you talking about, and Cam, you can, I guess, kind of allude to this being a college athlete. I just personally feel like it's kind of that with Dart, honestly, and we talking about it, decision making, all that. I feel like it's more in between the ears. It's like it's not his ability, it's not his talent, but it's more so, okay, do you understand? And I say, because people talk about Tom Brady all the time, but we saw him do this for years. Tom Brady will check down all the way down the field to get, because his main thing is, I want to win. I want to get the dub. And so I'm saying, when it comes to Jackson Dart, I feel like that's the next step for him, because you think about it right now, Ole Miss has all the cachet around them. It's the school. It seems like they're really cool. Everybody wants to go there. You got Dart. He's got the long blonde hair. He got the magazine look. But it's like, okay, can we make it happen? And if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, because you can't say he doesn't have the weapons. No, he doesn't have Judkins, but I feel like they kind of won with addition by subtraction, because now you're not really going to be able to key in really on anything that they pretty much going to do offensively, because you got the receiving core, you got a multiplicity of running backs. So I think with him, it's just between the ears. And that's why I say, like, Cam, you watch film, you know what that looks like behind the scenes. I'm pretty sure you've seen people who has the ability, but it's like that actual work that it takes to be like, get your talent at its full maximum capacity. I think that's the question with Dart.
Yeah. To add what you're saying, I think that's the difference in what I said earlier with Matt being better than Jackson. Matt was a winner. That's one thing I can say. And when it came to playing against like, he played. No matter if we lost or won, he played. You know what you was going to get from Matt Corral. Whether it was, like you said earlier, trusting his arm too much. He was going to play. Like we played against Arkansas, the first year, he threw 6 interceptions. Yeah. Came back the next year, sliced and diced. I'm just saying, you knew what you were getting. At times, it's kind of sketchy with Jackson. It's up and down. We play big teams. You may not see Jackson throw that ball. He may look hesitant. He don't run full speed. And I feel like it come down to the winning mentality. I feel like by year 3, he should have it this year, though.
It should happen.
He should have it.
No.
You got something to add to it, Matt?
Agreed. It's a mental thing, man. I think with him more than anything, as far as his decision making, trusting his arm, whatever it may be, it's all up here. Between, like you said, Doc, between the ears. Uh, I was looking at it, not too long ago, just kind of looking at the spring stuff, what's been going on, and that's one thing that he's tried to do is take a step back, especially healing up from an injury. He's tried to focus more on the mental side of the game. And Cam, like you said, no matter who you are, no matter how talented you are, if you're not on the same page with the man that's calling the plays, you screwed. I mean, you're just out there for no reason.
Yep.
So if he can get on the same page, if he can really hammer down the mental aspect, the mental side of things, I think we'll see a lot of improvement out of him as far as those things are concerned. So that's pretty much what I got.
I'm with you on that, man. But on to 2024, man. Early predictions. Before we even start discussing all that, man, Ole Miss did like everybody's mentioned. Ole Miss added a lot of pieces on offense, but not only on offense, they added a lot on defense.
Yeah.
I know, Bill. What's the phrase y'all using for this year?
Last dance.
Oh yeah, y'all think y'all the Bulls, but
Last dance, baby.
yeah. So this
sir.
y'all last dance, and please for everybody that don't understand what Ole Miss means when they say the last dance, explain that to everybody, man.
Last dance, man. We're going all in this year for the
All in
natty.
it to do what?
The natty.
Oh, y'all got to
To
win
win
that
it all.
first. Y'all got to win.
We're trying to win it all. We're trying to win everything. We're trying to win it all. Whatever it is.
So this is
One week. Hey, 1 week by 1 week. We ain't looking to the goal till we get to the goal. One week. We chop wood, baby.
Enough of the bull mess, man. Let's get the schedule rocking. What we got, man?
First week, man, versus Furman at the house.
Who?
That high school, you ain't heard?
Who?
Yeah. That's
Fulton.
That's a blowout.
That would sound like
That's a blowout. Hey, we got the same type of per game everybody else got,
No, we got USC.
Yeah.
Don't try that. We don't know what they come
Listen,
out the game.
Hey, I tried to get y'all rounded
Hold
up.
on, and before we even get started, I really believe this. Ole Miss has to have somebody on the inside with this scheduling stuff.
Oh wait a minute,
because I mean, when I look at everyone else's schedule, and when I look at their schedule, this is a joke.
We had to, man. Last year was
a joke. Listen, last year was a joke.
No, we had the toughest schedule.
No,
yes, we did. Go back and look at it.
No, you compare your schedule last year against state schedule.
I'm talking about.
No, bro, you can't compare.
I'm talking about beat writers. I'm talking about sources. I'm talking about ESPN.
Look,
no, brother, you
must be talking about toughest SEC schedule.
Man,
or whatever.
See, we was moving on to 24, but I got 23 right here.
Man,
y'all started out with Mercer Middle School.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, come on.
Then y'all went to Tulane, and this wasn't the same Tulane who beat USC in the bowl game because they had people leave. Their running back got drafted. Quarterback was hurt.
Yep.
They were still ranked. They were still ranked.
They were
still ranked.
They what they did
last year.
They wasn't. Come on. All right, keep going.
Then y'all played Georgia Tech.
Nah, it was a wash. Keep going.
After that is SEC.
Right.
All right, hold
on.
No, read the SEC. No, okay, read the SEC schedule.
Okay.
Watch this.
And listen to away at home.
No, listen. Okay, we're gonna do that. Watch this.
At Alabama.
Okay.
LSU at home.
Okay.
Booty Juice Arkansas at home.
Okay.
Trash Auburn on the road.
Okay.
Bro, y'all played Vanderbilt.
Okay. Keep it going, bro. These
Texas A&M. Jimbo been up out of here.
Come on, right. Keep it going.
At home. Y'all went to Georgia. We all saw how they went.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Louisiana Monroe. At home. Right. Then y'all played State.
And we was going and said we wasn't.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
This man had last year.
That was after their coach got fired. They interim head coach came out there on a four-wheel.
On a four-wheel.
Never seen that like that.
Been on one.
Came out the locker room in a four-wheel. He riding around the stadium. And this man rode it to the 50 and got off. Come on, dog.
Man, listen. They had 3 teams out of the whole schedule last year. LSU.
Man, on the road, I'm gonna say that on the road. No,
everybody
on the road,
else.
yeah, but I'm saying on the road to Bama.
Y'all
Georgia,
hard,
bro, that's tough.
bro. Y'all had
I
games.
said, but I'm saying that's 2 out of the 3. Out of
Y'all
the
had
toughest game, 3.
Y'all had 2 hard games. And they both was on the road, Alabama and Georgia. Cause LSU, you can't even throw us in there, bro. We had the number. It's 133 schools in the FCS.
Yeah, I had the last defense. My bad.
But we was like 130.
My bad.
Yeah. Terrible defense.
Well, I would say we were projected to have a tough schedule.
So that's what I'm saying. So for them to have that schedule,
we weren't really 130. We were like 9-1 or something like
that.
I got
but this what I'm saying. For them to have that schedule last year and then to turn around and get the gift of the schedule, it's like they really trying to make sure Ole Miss end up in the.
We back, man. We back.
So we can go to 24. I just had to say that because I looked at their schedule this year. I was like, is this a joke?
Do y'all have a cup schedule too, though?
No.
I'm talking about not last year, but year before last. Then y'all.
No, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so you ain't talking about them Bayou Bengals. We
never
had no cup.
No, we ain't either. The SEC West is enough.
Well, y'all look at it like that. Y'all look at it like that. Y'all state. I mean, I'm saying whatever.
But what he's saying is outside of conference games, y'all make sure y'all gonna be straight.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying? I think those games that y'all playing in at the beginning of the year, people actually get picked for them games.
Bro,
the last time we got picked, we played Louisville.
Let's start the prediction, man, because I'm looking at the schedule right now. And
exactly. We finna go through it. Hot garbage.
Let's go, man. We run them off, Bill.
Oh, you know, Furman, that's a dub. I'm sure y'all agree.
Yeah, anybody even got to say nothing to the first 4. Come on, man. Just call them out.
He said
Middle Tennessee, dub.
Preseason,
dub.
Preseason.
Georgia Southern dub.
Preseason.
Then you got Kentucky at the crib. That's a dub.
That's the talks with the crew. That's the game of the week for us. That's when I'll be live.
Ole Miss by 21.
He ain't let me get my statement out. He already with the miss. All right. You said Ole Miss by 21? 21 skunk.
Mark Stoops don't.
All right. Yeah. So is it gonna be ugly and then Kentucky gonna close the gap in garbage time? Or it's gonna
be close at first, and we're gonna run off.
Man, what you got?
SEC opener, first home SEC game. You know, I got a dub for Ole Miss. I don't even think it's really gonna be necessarily that close. I got them by about 17.
What you got, Doc?
I'm gonna give you this one. I'm going 38-31 Ole Miss. And the only reason why, it's not because I think Ole Miss is that bad and Kentucky's that good, but I think when you play all of these garbage schools and you finally play somebody that got some type of about themselves, it's kind of like you have to adjust to like we really playing football. So that's the reason why I say that 38-31. But I got Ole Miss for the dub.
Man, I'm be honest with y'all. After looking at the first 4 games, I'm thinking this gonna be the first game where Lane gonna just go loose, and the dogs gonna play the whole game. Yeah. And so y'all got these close games. Look here, 48-17. You hear me?
Ooh.
48-17.
He said we ain't playing. Okay.
It ain't even gonna be nothing to talk about. 48-17.
That's what 31.
Listen, it could be whatever. You can make it 32.
Blowout.
It don't matter.
Okay.
We live in the flesh for that one.
That's 5-0.
Well, we can all agree. Neither one of us is gonna be shocked if it happens.
Not at all.
No.
Okay.
Next week we got South Carolina. We on the road to South Carolina. Woo! I got us in a nail by the 31-24, man. Man, on the road. First road trip. Shane Beamer got the A. Boy, straight down there in South Carolina now. So I got us 31-24, man. 6-0.
That's October. Okay. What you got, Matt?
You know, I got something similar, but like he said, Coach Beamer, he kind of got that defense tightened up a little bit. That's a tough atmosphere, man.
It is.
For any team to go on the road to South Carolina, it's just a tough atmosphere playing there. Ole Miss historically has not been very good on the road. But I do think they'll be able to, get a win out of this one. South Carolina, they have lost some key players. But like I said, I think Ole Miss gets a narrow dub in this one.
Y'all ain't gonna like this. I think this the game that Beamers get sent packing.
Ooh, you think
I think this is the game that Beamer they finally it's like the light switch comes on where they see Beamer was hyped the first year, but from there he hasn't done anything. And then I'm talking about the same South Carolina atmosphere that Mississippi State without garbage offense last year like the one in. And you think Lane Kiffin finna come in there and no. I actually got this game worse than the Kentucky game. I think and this was I'm factoring in. Kentucky at least have Barry and Brown. They got the quarterback transfer. They actually have got some pieces in the portal. South Carolina has lost their quarterback. They done lost their receiver. I don't see this game being close. I'm just gonna be honest. I think this is the game Bama might get sent packing.
So I'm gonna piggyback on what you said. I think the first half gonna be close. Now, they didn't lose one receiver; they lost two, because the other one at Ole Miss right now.
Right.
Yeah,
and then Mr. Country is with the Panthers right
now. In Carolina.
Now, the only positive that South Carolina did get is they got Rocket Sanders, who transferred in from Arkansas.
They're good.
Talking about the man who's been a shell of himself since 22, the one that was moving slow last year, the running back.
Number 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a knee injury too.
Oh, he did. Oh, see, I didn't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
He a dog though. I ain't
but
gonna
he been Ole Miss kryptonite the past the 2 years he played against him.
Okay.
Because the year that they whooped Ole Miss in Fayetteville, that boy ran for 300. So yes, sir.
Won't happen this year.
That boy, I'm just saying. I ain't saying it won't.
He go $2 million, baby. Now, what $2 million worth?
Now, I think Ole Miss will walk off the second half, but no disrespect. But did y'all see who South Carolina starting quarterback? They announced him after the spring. My boy wearing goggles.
Yeah, I saw that.
For real?
Yeah, bro. I can't. I wear glasses.
Hey, you are wrong.
I wear glasses myself, dog. But I can't.
Crazy.
If I ever look out there and see a quarterback wearing some goggles,
that man said, "Hold up, because I need to get up." He wearing goggles on the field.
Hold on.
Yeah, bro, on his helmet.
Hold on. Cocaine, hold on though.
The visor. What about
didn't Buddy transfer from Auburn?
Boom, show did. I was gonna get there. Robbie asked for transfer to Auburn and did not
sit on the bench.
Yes, sir. But Buddy that's gonna start. Been there 3 years.
Hold on.
He know the offense inside and out.
The running quarterback from Auburn transferred to South Carolina.
Yes.
Oh, he might be playing by that game.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Beamer,
don't worry about him. He can't throw though.
Yeah,
because Beamer,
that flame is flickering under that seat.
I'm telling you,
it's getting hot.
That's the game. Look, that's the game. I'm telling you, don't be surprised after that Saturday night when you wake up Sunday morning before you go to church. Breaking news.
Cocaine, tell me about that pink slip. That pink slip gonna be waiting in the lock hole.
It'll be hanging up with the tape on it. He gonna try to open the door. It's gonna be locked. Keys. They done changed the lock on the halftime.
Jamal Adams.
They done packed the office up already.
Okay, rolling to the next one. At LSU, baby.
Oh
yes, sir.
I need to
down in BR, Baton Rouge. I think payback time, baby. Payback time, baby. I got the picture saved with Perkins standing over my boy Dart. We're coming back for revenge this year, baby. I got us by 14 on the road.
Ooh, 14.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. This game right here, circle.
I hope you got more than this circle because y'all gonna need it. But go
ahead. This circle.
Okay. Go ahead, Matt.
What's y'all game of the week that week?
Doc, go ahead. I need.
Oh, you know that's gonna be the game of the week. I don't care who else playing.
I just trying to make sure because I was like,
playing.
I'm trying to make sure because I'm like, hey, that's a spicy one right there.
Hey, I don't care who else playing. Don't be surprised you look up, see me down there, Baton Rouge, section 140 and 300 or something.
I may come with you.
Hey,
Doc, what you got? Go ahead.
So okay, this is what I got. I'm gonna be honest with you. I looked at the LSU spring game. Man, they got some weapons, bro.
Tell him again. He don't
listen. Listen, and I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I actually think this is gonna be the game where Ole Miss get their first loss. And the reason being, because you got the coach from LSU. He's getting his guys. I've seen they got a lot of talent. Plus, I feel like this is going to be LSU's we're back game. Like when I say we're back, I'm talking about we're coming back to be in the upper echelon of the SEC. I feel like even though they had the year they had, people looked at the defense. And then plus one thing that I read that I liked, they're back to playing Perkins where he played at in 22, which is where we saw him being unstoppable as a freshman. So this is the game. Now I will say this. I'm going to say 35-31 LSU at home. I have to give Ole Miss some points, but I like the LSU quarterback that I'm seeing. I know you're going to have some room to go, but when you got weapons like he got, I'm picking LSU. This is Ole Miss' first loss for me.
Got you. I got to give a little bit of a backdrop for this, a little bit of backstory. I'm gonna be quick with it though. So everybody that knows me,
take
for those of you that don't know me, grew up basically raised an Ole Miss fan. Wow, family had season tickets for over 30 years. Grew up going to all the games.
There's some good seats too, brother. I ain't gonna lie.
Great seats. I mean, when they coming in the score, you can see the eyeballs. You can see the people. So
wow.
And my parents. My mom, my dad, rest in peace, pops. But they kind of instilled that passion for football, just in general, taking me to the games, this, that, and that. So I grew up an Ole Miss fan.
Wow.
There, for my undergrad, been a supporter. Started out, working on my master's. I'm getting it at LSU. Went down. I've always liked LSU. It's been probably like my number 2 school growing up.
Okay.
So I've always liked them. Fell in love with the school, fell in love with the program. It's completely different down there. I love it to death, right? So for me, man, it's when I was looking at this one, I was like, I really got to analyze because it's the tale of two teams right now.
Hey, yes, sir.
I got Ole Miss, I got LSU, right? And so I'm like, man.
Come on, man. What we doing?
He committing.
What we doing?
And I'm gonna break it down to you and tell you why though, but am I finna do this? Man, get that out of here.
Whoa! Okay.
But here's why. Let me tell you why. Damn. Like I said, I had to start analyzing this. I really looked at it. Number one, we in Death Valley, baby. It's probably gonna be a late evening night game.
You know it.
And historically, especially recently, the home team in this series has been walking away with the dub, right? So, and that atmosphere is going to be crazy, especially after last year's loss. It's going to be wild. It's going to be intense. It's going to be crazy. Something that up until this point, Ole Miss ain't really seen. South Carolina's tough. It ain't Death Valley though. So I'm looking at that. Second thing I'm looking at, like you said, Doc, LSU's got some weapons. Man. They lost some weapons, but they re-upped. They got some weapons. The defense, not only the players, but the staff. Changing that staff around, changing the mentality on the defensive side of the ball. Wow. I really feel like that's gonna make a huge difference for them this year. And then but I'm still kind of iffy. I ain't gonna lie, I'm still kind of iffy. But that third thing, the third thing I looked at, schedule. You look at going into this game, LSU's coming off a bye week. Ole Miss is coming off a road game in South Carolina. And it's
extra week. Extra week.
I'm seriously considering
hitting. You gonna hear it all night.
I'm packing my bags tonight.
Go Tigers, baby. Go Tigers. I got to buy. I'm saying I got to buy.
You know the song "Calling Baton Rouge"? You better learn it because you're going to hit.
I hear you.
You're going to hit. You're going to hit. And the STTDB, you're going to hit that too. The band going to play neck that day. We getting fined $300,000.
Yeah.
The band going to play neck that day.
Yeah. I was looking for it this year. It was quiet to me.
We can't play neck at y'all house.
Yeah, I know. Y'all would have won. Y'all would have.
Why act like they won of a 6-point win against one of the worst defenses?
They got the dub. They got the dub. I ain't worried about it. Listen, y'all know who I got. Y'all know who I got. I ain't got to explain why. You already know who I got. But my number one reason, we can talk about scheduling, but y'all got a whole new team. Y'all got cakewalks up to now, and I don't see y'all chemistry being what our chemistry is. And then you take into factor 103,000 drunk folks acting a fool at 7 p.m. down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana in October when we clicking on full cylinders. We open up with USC.
Man.
We ain't playing no games with it. We coming for throats out the gate.
Man.
So you know who I got. Bill, I'm going to tell you now. LSU by 40.
Ooh.
Let me stop playing.
I said 40. I said, huh? I said,
Hey,
I picked it up, but 40.
I'm going 38, 24.
Let me respond to that.
Okay.
So Madden and I'm really all three y'all, but Madden, Cam. Just a little back further. The last time we was in Louisiana, we was up at halftime, if I can remember correctly, 17-3. Was it 17-3 or 17-10?
No, it was 17-10.
17-10, and we lost. This year we won.
No, y'all was up 20-10. Y'all was up 20.
Yeah, it was 20-10. It was something like that. 20-10. We was up, but the second half we didn't do nothing. This gonna be the game why we paying Lane $9 million.
Bro, listen.
This gonna be this game right here. We're gonna be winning at halftime.
I need all y'all Ole Miss fans. I need all y'all Ole Miss fans to get that defensive crap we had on the field last year out y'all head.
Nah, we not studying it. We got
that's what y'all think it's gonna be. Y'all think it's sweet.
Let me tell you something. Nussmeyer gonna have 3 picks at the end of the game. Mark my word. Mark my word. 3 picks. And we're gonna bend his face mask back.
Well, see, I'm gonna tell you something. Now I do want to say this. That's one of the reasons why I feel
legs not like.
Well, this one of the reasons why I feel a little better about Nussmeyer and LSU is because of Nussmeyer. When I saw him in the spring game, he just has a swagger about himself.
Mm-hmm.
That plus with those weapons, and then I'm gonna tell you another thing too. And I'm telling you can't underestimate this. It's different when you've been playing people and you've been tested versus when you really haven't been tested. And then to have to go on the road and unless you get an extra week. And one thing we can say, we can talk all we want, but Brian Kelly know how to motivate.
And not only that,
he knows how to motivate.
I want you, Ole Miss's Pete Golden is trying to turn Ole Miss defense into Alabama defense. What was Alabama defense known for? The D-line. We got the number 1 O-line in the country. Y'all got the number 1 edge rusher or whatever from Florida. Go back and watch the tape. Watch what he did last year against LSU. Watch what he did.
Oh man,
that's a new year.
No, it ain't gonna be sweet.
It's a new year,
everybody.
Baby.
I don't care about
that. New year, baby.
You right. New year for y'all. We still got the same front 5, and then we got 3 more subs coming in that ain't playing.
The same front 5 last year, and get what? Lost with the Heisman winner.
Once again, I
lost.
See what I'm
this
saying?
Year, it's coming.
I just told you. All right, you right.
We ain't gotta see this is the thing. Just to simplify for you, with Daniels, we had to worry about his legs and throwing. Nuss can't run like no Daniels.
Once again, I told
one-dimensional.
He ain't got to.
One-dimensional, and it's over.
He not gonna have
it's over.
Man, bro.
It's over.
And then too, I think I'm gonna say this. I will say this.
It's over.
If Ole Miss win this game, if the playoffs, it's a good chance you're gonna make it. Yeah, this is gonna be the make or break playoff game for them. This that game that can make your season or break your season.
Yeah, well, there we go.
But I got LSU squeaking it out at home.
There it is.
No make or break.
Let's go.
Who we got next?
Who next, man?
Man, we got a bye week after that, and then
we're
ready. So we're gonna win and rest. And
y'all gonna lose on the bye week.
We got Oklahoma at home. We're gonna smash Brent Venables. We're gonna probably have him on the tarmac next after Beamer.
You think it's gonna be that easy?
Man, yeah.
What they playing at home? Y'all at home?
Oxford. Blowout.
You think it's gonna be that sweet?
31-17, 38-17, something like that.
What you got, Matt?
Folks come from Big 12.
It's gonna be a dub, but the main reason I'm looking at it again, Oklahoma's coming off of a pretty bad stretch. As far as first year in the SEC, they got a lot of tough games lined up. They got the Red River rivalry. Boy, that's a tongue twister. They got that coming up. a couple weeks before then. So I think by that point they're gonna be worn down just enough, beat up just enough. Ole Miss coming off a bye week at home. I think they're gonna, a 10-point win for Ole.
Excuse me. I think that's I don't know. I think that's. I mean, I'm gonna say this. I think Ole Miss wins, but I think that's a prove-it game for a team like Oklahoma. So when you have a prove-it game, we know their quarterback is like that. I like the young kid. He got an arm. Hopefully, by this time, he'll be able to blossom into a better player. I still got Ole Miss winning. I just you giving Lane an extra week, giving them a chance to recoup. I think I got Ole Miss winning. I'll say 38-28. And then I'm gonna say this too. Well, go ahead. I'll wait.
Yeah, I get Ole Miss by 14. I think it's gonna be late though. I think they're gonna pull off late. It'll be Oklahoma had 2 crucial fourth quarter turnovers or something. It'll be late. I think they recruited heavy. They did good in the transfer portal, but I just don't think they're gonna have enough to match up for 60 minutes or what Ole Miss throwing out there on it. You had something else to add?
No. I'm good.
Okay.
Next we got Arkansas on the road blowout. Ole Miss by probably 21. I don't even know who Arkansas quarterback is.
Taylor Green transferred in from Boise State. He's straight. He all right. That boy got some wheels too.
He does. Go ahead,
Black kid.
Yeah. Boy,
I think I said, yeah, I think
like 6'6", like 6'6", 220, 225. Boy got some wheels, but he a long strider.
By 21.
That's fine.
As long as Arkansas plays Arkansas football, not try to, make him be something that he's not, make him not be KJ Jefferson, he'll have some success throughout the year. Good looking kid as far as the quarterback position, good athlete, but not good enough. Arkansas.
You said all that to say that. You said all that to get there.
Just to tear him back.
He pulled the rug from under him.
Man, them Hawks finna get smoked and smothered, baby. It's gonna be ugly.
Pork chops and ribs everywhere, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
I think it's gonna be close first quarter. I think Arkansas gonna come out there. They're gonna try to put up their fight first quarter, and then it's gonna get out of hand. I got Ole Miss. I don't even know how bad it is. I just know it's gonna be bad.
Now, I got Ole Miss winning, but this is a trap game for Ole Miss. Because you look at their schedule, Arkansas has always played Ole Miss tough in Fayetteville. But if you look at the schedule, and if Ole Miss got the same mentality we all just had, it ain't gonna be close. They got Georgia the week after. I can see them looking ahead to Georgia, and this be that trap game that is a sleeper. LeBell, you shake your head how you want to, but you know that's a real thing, my boy.
Week 1 by week.
It sounds good.
Different, yeah.
It sounds everybody say that, and then wonder why they play like boo boo against somebody that smash.
Gone.
He might be okay.
Couch.
And then
watch this.
They go.
Gone too. On his motorcycle, whatever he was on.
Stop.
Trash.
Motorcycle with the side chick with the
trash. Blowout.
But I got Ole Miss winning. I'm not gonna say no blowout. I feel like this is gonna be a trap game.
45-7.
I got like a 10-point victory, man. Ole Miss pull it out. They're gonna squeak out. Boy, you out your mind.
Arkansas not good.
Man, next game, man. Talk about it.
They not good.
Talk about it. Next
we got Georgia at the crib.
What you gonna say about that one?
Upset by 7. Upset at the crib by 7.
That's all you got?
Yes, sir.
Why you say that?
We at home, baby. Last dance. Upset by 7.
But that's a horrible take. That don't mean nothing. We at home last dance. What that mean?
Upset by 7 at the crib, man. That was the reason we doing this anyway. We finna show folk, man. We real deal, man. Y'all slip on us. We finna show folk. Thank Kirby.
Okay, Matt. What you got?
Oh, man, looking at it. Dude, Georgia again coming off a tough stretch, just like Oklahoma is. Coming into Oxford. They do have Florida right before, the week before this game, but Florida Poochies, so that ain't too much of a struggle. But man, I got Georgia winning this one in a tight battle. I'll be honest. I think they're going to be, week after week, that SEC play is going to start. I think it's going to start to wear on them a little bit, or like it's going to wear on everybody, on every team deep in the schedule. Ole Miss, I think they're going to make some improvements from last year. So I don't see a 52.14 loss or whatever it was. I don't see something like that happening. But I think Georgia is going to win this one. It won't be any doubt as far as it won't come down to 1 or 2 plays. Like, I think Georgia wins by a couple scores, 10, 14-point win. But they're going to serve Ole Miss their first home loss in however, Bill, you probably know, however many games it's been. But
a long time, man. I don't even know.
It's going to be – this will be that second loss of the season right here.
Since y'all lost to Arkansas. Since y'all lost to State at home last year.
We'll see.
Well, I'm just going to say this. I think one thing, I know, Matt, you talked about Georgia's tough stretch, but I think something that has to be taken into account with a team like Georgia is they have the horses. Like, what gets teams where you see their momentum start going down is because they have to lean on their first 11 to basically carry them, and the depth issue starts taking effect. Which is what I believe happened to Colorado, believe it or not. They got worn down, especially when the competition goes up and your depth is not there, you get exposed. Georgia is the type of team, I think they've been winning national championships, being right there. And then I felt like because they didn't make it last year, they're going to be playing this year
they got something
with something to prove. And then I'm just going to be honest. They have the best quarterback in the SEC.
I get that.
And this is the thing. What determines those type of players is the road games.
What?
Like, the dude is the real deal.
He's third.
And then you have hold up, bro. I didn't say no when you were talking, man. I didn't interrupt. I didn't interject.
Light it up.
Right, listen.
What my mute button at?
Hold on, Cam. Let me pop. Who is the top 2?
Miro and Dart. He's third.
No.
Yes.
Miro
and Dart.
Miro's not better than Beck, man.
He's third. Miro got legs.
It don't matter.
Say what you say is coming. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah. So they have the best quarterback in the SEC. I'm gonna say it again. The best quarterback in the SEC.
No.
They have depth, and then this is the thing: teams like Georgia, they are those teams that I feel like, because I remember this last year when they played Ole Miss last year. The week before they played Missouri, and Missouri almost squeaked out a win. Right? The next week, because they tried to make this be some big game, like Ole Miss finna come in, shock the world. Georgia beat them so convincingly, you really didn't even have to look at the game at the third quarter. You almost start feeling sorry, waiting for the game to be over. I almost feel like the Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. Like, it's like you waiting for it to be over.
Why you had to say that, though?
Oh, I'm sorry. You from Texas, my man.
Why you had to say that?
So I'm saying
he's out here catching strays, man.
No. So this year, and then I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was gonna say this earlier, but I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in right here. We're acting like Ole Miss defense is gonna be like that. Like like this is what I'm saying. We're acting like we know they're gonna be like that. It's one thing. Listen, it's one thing to get players, but with any sports, it got to jail. It got to happen. And then this is what I'm saying. So, and then when you talking about teams like Georgia, teams like I'm gonna say Alabama, I'll give Texas, I'll say like some of your top teams. They don't just have a first and a second group. They got a first, second, and third group of D linemen. So we've seen Ole Miss get 6 or 7 pieces, and we act like they just gonna be like. I'm saying this. They're gonna have to prove it to me. We know offense, what Lane does. You're gonna have to prove it to me on the defensive side of the ball. But with that being said, my prediction, I got Georgia winning in Oxford. I got them winning by 10 points. I got a quiet fourth quarter where you really hoping and wishing, but the game is over. Like, I got Georgia winning 10 points.
Cocaine, before you
And
go.
if I had to put a score on it, I'm going to say 31-21.
Cocaine, before you go, do you remember the last time what happened to Kirby when he was in Oxford?
When was this? When Chad Kelly was Kirby wasn't there.
First year.
His first year.
Okay.
He
So
remember.
what happened?
It's gonna be a repeat L. He gonna
Georgia
get
wasn't Georgia
You
though.
talking
Man.
about the first year, bro? You can't do
He gonna get another.
If we gonna do that, Mississippi State beat Nick Saban his first year.
Facts. All right, so let's I'm gonna read this off.
Ain't beat him since.
I'm gonna read this off. I'm gonna read this off to lay out why my answer gonna be the way it's gonna be. Week 1, Clemson. Week 3, Kentucky. Week 5, Bama. Week 6, Auburn. Week 8, Texas. Week 10, Florida. Then Ole Miss. Them boys gonna be battle tested. So anything y'all think y'all gonna throw at them, they done seen. They prepared for it. Like Doc mentioned, Georgia might be the only school, because Bama ain't Bama no more. Georgia might be the only school in the SEC where they got a whole second team that's a starting offense on another SEC team.
Mm-hmm.
Defense too. Like they depth is crazy. And I think what week is this? November, y'all know how it is. You gotta be able to be physical. November, it's starting to get a little temp dropping a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Soreness. You know, everybody not as healthy. People running about 80%, 80-85% healthy. It's about who gonna out physical who got the depth, who gonna last. And like we hit it to earlier, not like you said, and Matt, like you alluded to, Georgia got something to prove this shit, dog. They out to prove. Like I don't know if y'all just saw Kirby Smart put his $7 million house on the market yesterday. He talking about he looking for a bigger house. So my dog is out here spending that money and that cheddar and that cash. He ain't going for nothing less than SEC championship and playoff. I'm telling you that now. So last dance.
Spoiler alert.
What is gonna be? What's the spoiler alert?
L. It's simple.
I mean, it sounds good, bro. Like
I know it.
I want you to be confident.
I know it. Yeah.
I want you to be confident.
It's payback season, man. I told you, y'all too. Y'all first.
But that's my thing. Like you keep talking about payback season. Y'all beat us last year. What is you paying back?
On the road when we lost to y'all.
What do they got?
We got y'all again this year on the road. Right. We got to prove something.
Okay, continue on, brother. Next.
Next is Florida blowout on the road.
Yeah, that's a. Yeah,
Florida ain't got nothing.
We can all go on that one quick, man. That's gonna be it.
Yeah. Then they get a bye week before that too. So yeah.
That's
and then not on Thanksgiving this year, but on Saturday, tail of the tape, going out in the green. My man Dart put his icing on the season. Us by 21, man, at the crib. And to add, Lebby disrespected. Hold on. Lebby disrespected Lane and said that Lane was running his offense. Man, Lane was doing it first. Stop playing. Ole Miss by 21.
I'm just ready to hear.
Lane was doing what first?
His offense. Before Lebby even became a thing, Lane was already Wasn't
Lebby Lane? OC
he was
at FAU.
He was. And ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy that the man that hired you to run his offense, you say he running your stuff? Come on,
I mean, he might be. He might be running.
But I'm saying, Lane before Lane was a head coach, what was he?
But Lane
already had his stuff.
Lane wasn't running the same offense.
He wasn't, but he already
Nick Saban wasn't going for that.
That's right. But he had to switch it up. No, come on now.
And if he was running this, if he was running all this at Tennessee, if he was running all this at Tennessee and USC, the man wouldn't have got fired. So
that's true, but time was different. Time have changed now. Spread wasn't even.
That's my whole point. Thank you.
You
just answered your own statement.
Right, but I'm saying the time that Lane was at Alabama, the whole time, those last 2 to 3 years, spread was already here. Lane had already been running spread, bro. With Jalen, with all them folk, man, he was running spread. They weren't running single back and I formation no more.
Okay, so you said they run a spread, right?
But I'm saying the statement. I'm not
that's
saying he wrong. I
okay.
mean, he may
Now,
be right. He may feel that way.
Doc,
But I'm saying just
you
to
watch
make the statement, that's
you watch
bold.
the spring game, right? Percentage of the snaps. How many snaps were bunch formation or tight formation? It was spread. You had 4
Oh
receivers,
no.
but it was
Yes,
tight.
yes. Yeah.
It was a lot, right?
Right.
When Levy was at Ole Miss, tell me the percentage what they was doing then.
Now I can't remember that. Man,
I'm talking to Bell. I'm talking to Bell. Now I'm talking
He
to
was
Bell.
running that.
When Levy left, y'all still run a bunch as much?
No.
Okay.
But I'm saying he was the OC. So you just proved my point. If you saying we're not running that, then why say he running your stuff?
Because when
Come
y'all
on now.
do get in the tight bunch, what is he running?
Now. It was his job. We paid him to do a job. He said he was
what I'm saying is
just saying
Lane kept half of Levy's playbook. So Levy's statement ain't wrong. It ain't saying he run. He not saying he ran.
No,
and not only did he keep the playbook,
he running my stuff.
This is what I'm saying. Not only did he keep the playbook, he kept the concepts.
The concepts was already there though. It's we talking about Lane.
Okay. I'm gonna say this.
We're not talking about Joe Blow.
Can we? Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna
tell you. Man.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Let's tell the truth.
Come on,
Have Ole Miss not been upset with everything that Charlie Weiss Jr. has been doing?
No, we haven't been upset. No, we haven't been upset. Go look at the stats.
Okay,
we've been top 5 in the top 5, top 8 in the nation in total offense. Look at the stats.
Do I need to go through my threads and how many times you talking about that dumb play call?
Yeah,
that's why I say Ole Miss. No. That's why I say Ole Miss been upset because of him.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not. But I'm saying that's what every team, every OC have play calls. We get
so you like so.
But I'm saying
you like Weiss Jr. better than Levy now.
No, I'm not saying I do. I don't really care because I feel like Lane doing his own thing anyway. Like we just got to talking about who we listening to. So that don't. I mean, he gonna have a hand in that. He an OC. I mean, he a head coach. He offensive minded. We good. I'm just telling you, this is 21. This is personal.
So this from
him making that statement. This beat down person.
I know we got to talk state real quick. This what I want you to do. After y'all go to Baton Rouge and catch that L, make sure you blame it on Lane. Don't look at Don't look at Weiss. Blame it on Lane.
Blame it on the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, don't blame it on
Lane. But him saying it to double back. Y'all talking about LSU got weapons. Ole Miss got weapons.
Who said y'all didn't?
Yeah, but I'm saying y'all talking like LSU got out when we ain't got nothing.
Did I not open the show and say Ole Miss got a bunch of weapons on offense?
I'm talking when we talked about that game though. Yeah, nobody said nothing about it.
I want to say this. Y'all looking at it like we still got the same defense.
The reason why I alluded to them having weapons because a lot of times when a team loses a player like Jaden Daniels and one of the receivers, people tend to say they fell off. Well, 2 of them, they say they fell off.
Yeah.
But what I've seen at the spring game, it's almost like
you
don't even know that they. Now, and I'm not talking about Daniels, but I'm talking about the receiver. It's almost like you don't even know they gone. And then I'm gonna say this. Let's tell the truth. One of the best players who's finna prove himself, Xavier Thomas, who we hated to lose.
Tell him again.
Is over there, and then I'm gonna say this, and then this is what I'm gonna say. This man did his thing with no help. Now he's going to have one-on-one, and he's going to be able to play his original position in the slot a little bit more. He's going to eat.
But he's not
and he back at the crib with it. So
he's trying to
show. But anyway, we on Mississippi State.
You know what y'all lost? I took account. Y'all lost your OC.
What my mute belt? What that mean, dog?
Y'all lost your OC, man.
What that mean?
It's going to look different.
It needs to.
It's supposed to look different because we got a different style quarterback.
I know it.
Come on, man. Mississippi State, man. Let's talk about the Egg Bowl so Doc can get in real quick.
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Ole Miss gonna win this one. I still think rivalry week, Egg Bowl. It's gonna be a tough one. Whether it's in Ole Miss, whether it's at Ole Miss, whether it's at State, it's gonna be a close one early on. I think Ole Miss pulls away, kind of similar to last year. This year, I just don't think State has enough to put it all together.
I'm be honest, Doc. I'm gonna let you go in a second. I'm be honest. I don't care who win. Check on me.
You gotta get a prediction
I'll
though.
be
You gotta get a prediction.
I'll be straight up. I'll be straight up and down. I'll get
Dang, bro.
I'll win. Nah, just cause Bear talking greasy. State. Chad Bumpers got the receiver finna go stupid.
Man, ain't finna
You
do
heard
that.
let's go.
They fresh meat.
Who?
Ready to be 8.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So
Ready to be
this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say. First of all, they say in boxing, it's not the punches that you see, it's the ones that you don't see.
Mm-hmm.
They get you. When you dating that girl, they say it ain't the man you worried about. It's that man you looking over that end up being the one that cut you down later. So I'm saying that to say this. Lane has did nothing but try to torment, mess with Levy ever since Levy has gotten Starkville. Levy has said nothing about Lane. Nothing. Lane is the one retweeting him on Twitter, subtweeting him on Twitter. This is all I'm going to say. Lane knows Levy is a threat. And this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to take y'all mind back to something. Dak Prescott Jr. year, we got a chance to go to the college football playoffs. Go to Oxford. It's a night game. I want to say Thanksgiving. And Oxford, I'm just going to be honest, I was not looking for them to beat us because we was having a much better year. And it goes back to something, Matt, you said the last time I was on. I'm going to bring your mind back. Matt said he's seen in that rivalry the team that should win seems like it's the team that loses. Now, I'm saying this. With us, I brought the Dak Prescott up for this reason. The game, we had so much pressure on us because we was trying to get into the playoffs. And I believe that plus the magnitude of the rivalry was so much pressure that it caused us to crack under pressure. Now, we have already got Ole Miss chalked up at 2 losses already based off the prediction. So this game here, I'm not saying they're going to be completely out because I think this is the first year they expand to 12.
Mm-hmm.
So the college football playoff is expanded.
Yeah.
So they won't say, so they still may have an outside chance looking in, but I got Mississippi State rivalry game with the upset 42-38. Because I'm going to tell you something.
Y'all ain't scoring no 42 points on that. Not in Oxford.
I'm gonna say this. He's making that statement and saying we're not scoring 42 points on
y'all
that. But
not
this is
in
the
Oxford.
thing. I don't know if y'all, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think what's happening is, and we see this all the time, because even when y'all talked about the Arkansas kid, now I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna go back and do my research because my mind goes back to, and I'm not comparing him in no wise to this, but my mind go back to Cam Newton. When he swam with Auburn, Auburn was expected to be nothing. And him by himself was so good, he elevated them. What I'm saying is every year it's going to be somebody we kind of tend to look over. A lot of people are looking at Mississippi State through the lenses of what they saw through Mike Leach. I was down there for the spring game. And I'm telling y'all this, you can mark my words. 2 things that Levy has already done. The offense and the offensive weapons are 2 and 3 times better than what we've had across the board. Like I told you, I didn't want to lose Xavier Thomas, but they have horses. And this is the thing. They don't just have horses. They got horses with production. So they got experience. They got playmakers. Now, the quarterback, if he can stay healthy, the boy has an arm. He's good. He's been good. Go back to Baylor. He was good with weapons. His problem is injury. If we can have him healthy by the end of the year, that rivalry game itself, State knows they're going to be disrespected. They come, and Levy's coming with some extra. I'm telling you, he's coming with some. Levy ain't no Madden play caller. He ain't coming vanilla. He's coming with some
y'all ain't
extra.
got no defense.
50.
50.
Hey, guess what I'm
50.
saying? Hey, one thing about it, we're going to see.
What you say, LSU by 40?
Hey.
Ole Miss by 50.
We're going to see. That's all I'm going to tell them.
We're going to see. We breaking Levy in. New kid on the block. Come on back to the SEC.
Yep.
By 50.
Hey, 42-38.
Well, y'all right on
38.
time.
And Cam, let me put this last one on here. Cam, let me put this last one on here. Hey, Matt, watch this. 42-38. Right? Mm-hmm. And after the game, breaking news, there's going to be a big school looking for a new head coach. And
Man,
one of
Lane
the
ain't
top
going nowhere.
names going to be on this list.
Lane ain't going nowhere.
Listen, I'm glad
Lane
you opened
Kiffin.
it. I'm glad you opened it though,
Because
man.
he going to
You
say,
know,
I got everything I wanted.
we gotta go say what you say. So Bill,
Okay.
got a question for you. Ole Miss broke out the checkbook and y'all bought in the whole new team, right? I mean, we can be honest. We call it spade a spade. Y'all broke out the checkbook and bought a whole new squad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say this experiment don't work because it ain't. Let's say this experiment don't work. What happens next year? Does Lane Kiffin get the same checkbook he got this year? Is Pete Golden gonna stay? Because I told you, man, you had a conversation. Pete Golden out of here in 2 to 3 years. I'm telling you now.
Pete Golden may be a head coach after this year. For what we do this year, he may be a head coach.
But the biggest thing, will Lane have the support to stay around the Ole Miss? Because if you ain't got that checkbook, folks ain't coming to Ole Miss like that.
I'm gonna say this: if we do what I'm expecting us to do, Lane may get another pay raise. And we'll break out the checkbook. I'm just
they must be dipping in the EBT fund to give him some more money. Mississippi ain't got no money like that.
Man, no.
Yeah. We
must
gonna
be
raise
going to Brett Favre route. He dipping
gonna
to
raise
the welfare.
Let me tell y'all something. I don't even think it's necessarily numbers with Lane Kiffin because Lane Kiffin is made for Ole Miss, and Ole Miss is made for Lane. That's as simple as I can put it.
That part sound good.
It is good. I'm telling you,
y'all have never had a roster like this, and it's because of the NIL collective check.
Right, that's
so
true.
I'm saying if y'all don't win, like y'all think y'all gonna win because you wrote the checks,
right?
Do you think Ole Miss people gonna write the checks again for you to say, we'll give you another shot?
Nah, yeah.
Because they already came out there behind for that $9 million or whatever he.
Well, did what I say? I feel like we will because it's a different time. It's a different time. You got people with NIL. It's growing each and every year. We're ascending. We're going up. So I don't feel like it's no going backwards. We constantly moving forward. Like, that's how I feel. And like I said, Ole Miss made for Lane. Lane made for Ole Miss. We want to win him, man. He'll win him.
I agree with that. Both of them think they're better than what they really are.
Okay.
It's like we're good.
That's how y'all feel, though. Hey,
we're good, but we're not great.
To each his own.
So, and then I'm gonna say this: you talking about the checkbook? This is the thing, and I'm just thinking about me. There's no way I'm gonna get the same results as I got last year without this level of NIL help and get the same results. And I didn't put all of this money. No, the pressure is on Ole Miss. Listen. It ain't they got to make the playoffs. And then not only got to make the playoffs, it's not just making it, but how you look in it. Because if they get there and get the doors blowed off of them playing a blue blood, because see, this is what Cam wants. He really wants Ole Miss to be a blue blood. And they are not.
We're ascending.
Now listen,
it's
coming. I didn't say you're not ascending. I didn't say you're not ascending. But to be considered a certified blue blood, you have to have a consistency. I'm gonna say over the span of 6 to 7 to 10 years of being that team.
Bro, you really think Ole Miss gonna be that?
With Lane, yes, sir. We're not going backwards.
You think Lane Kiffin gonna stay in Oxford?
Bold prediction. Ole Miss 12-0, 8-0 this year in the conference. Bold prediction. Man,
hey, when you go outside tomorrow, make sure you got some Gatorade, some water in a bucket hat, because that sun is drying your brain out.
What I said, 12-0,
tripping.
8-0 in the conference this year.
Look,
regular season.
I'm gonna say this.
He must be talking about volleyball. I don't know what this. I don't know what he's talking about.
This year,
Doc, you said something very important earlier. Defensively, they got something. They have to prove it. Because you can go out, you can get whoever you want to. You can get all these 5 stars you want to. Let's look at Texas A&M last year.
Yep.
How many 5 stars and 4 stars did they have? And what did they do? Now, you take the same thing. You take the same mentality, right? You got all these 5 stars, these 4 stars, but you still running the same defense that you've been running. Because they ain't changed DC. They ain't changed the staff as far as that's concerned, you know. Mm-hmm. So if we're running the same kind of defensive scheme where we look lost at a lot of times, because let's face it, last year in a lot of games, in certain situations, Ole Miss on the defensive side of the ball looked completely lost. Like they didn't know what was going on. You had defensive players. I remember watching it live and in person. You had defensive players looking to the sideline like, what are we doing? Like, what's the play? They didn't even know what they were doing. Couldn't even get lined up correctly. So you had a lot of confusion deep in the season when there should be no confusion like that going on. So my question is, are they even, you got all this talent, but up front, they didn't have no pool cheese dudes really up front last year. Though. They had some good guys up there, but they still were lost. They still didn't click on that defensive side of the ball. So my question going into this, biggest question mark is, how's that defense gonna look? And then secondly, before y'all jump on that, secondly, man, we talked about it as far as them losing Quinshon Judkins. We didn't really hit on and stress the importance of them being able to be balanced. Regardless of the issues that he brought in the locker room or even on the field, the arguments that we've heard about, this, that, and the other, the man had over 1,000 yards. He had over 15 touchdowns. That in itself was enough to help them stay balanced on that offensive side of the ball. Can the running game really show up like that again this year? So I think those two things, defensively, can they really prove that they're going to click, that they're going to be the defense everybody's hyping them up to be? And then secondly, can they get the running game going? Because if you can't stay balanced, you got them defensive linemen in the SEC pinning back their ears, coming at you every single play. If you can't stay balanced and keep people honest, they're gonna eat you alive.
Responding to the first thing he said, with Pete Golden in the year one, I mean, some of them guys weren't his guys. Like you said, at times I agree, I concur. They look lost. Look like they weren't on the same page. I took the bet. It's year one. Get your guys in, get the system, let them learn the system, because it looked like they didn't know the system. He went in with a new system and didn't know the system. And that was I feel like that was the problem, because you went from a 3-2-6 to 3-4.
A what?
And yeah, they was running a 3-2-6 with Partridge. After we fired him and Durkin, let them go. They were running a 3-2-6. So the defense changed tremendously, where it was assignments, plays, procedures, everything changed. So I took the bet year one. Year two, it's gonna look different. It's gonna look different. I feel like we got the monsters. I feel like we got more depth, a lot more depth than when we had last year. I'm agree with you when you say I don't feel like our defensive line was really bad last year. I feel like we had some good guys, but it was year one. But this year, I feel like we're gonna look a lot different. To the second thing you said, I think I'm torn with that. I'm torn in between, because I wanted Jenkins to stay, but it left. I mean, it is what it is. But then again, I feel like Lane has proven he can be balanced. Before Quinshon, we had a three-headed monster with Connor, Ely, and Parrish, which they all rushed for together. I want to say it was almost 1,000 yards. So I feel like we can be balanced. And I feel like, to be honest, I feel like a lot of people sleeping on us.
You said together they rushed for 1,000 yards?
I think it was 1,000.
It was 1,000. 3 running backs to get to 1,000?
I'm saying they were splitting up the carries. It wasn't like a one-man show like it was.
But that still ain't good. That ain't balanced. That still ain't good.
I'm not saying I know the actual number. I can get the actual number. I don't think it was just 1,000. It may have been more than 1,000. I just said we had a three-headed monster.
You mean 2,000?
No, we had a three-headed monster.
But I'm saying, if y'all got 3 running backs, y'all better have.
I get what you're saying. I'm just throwing a number.
1,000. That ain't it, brother.
I'm just responding to what he said. Though he said one man ran for 1,000 yards. I'm saying he asked, can we be balanced enough? I feel like we can. We had a three-headed monster that did too.
Okay.
When we didn't have a one-man show. So
you threw me off with that.
No. I got what you're saying. You saying if only 3 people run for 1,000, that must be a problem. I got you.
I think this is gonna be the biggest difference when you talk about the running back. When you are a defense and you look back there and see Quinshon Judkins, you know who he is. You know we can't gamble. It's one thing, and you got Bentley. I know they, hyping Bentley up, but it's the difference when you're coming in as a spellback versus having to be the man.
Right.
And so I look at so this is what I mean. Like I remember, and I'm not trying to compare, but I remember it's like I'm a Cowboy fan. So, but I remember when Tony Pollard had to be the second when he was second back, he coming in and hitting home runs because he's a change of pace. You've been getting, it's the hammer with Zeke, and then he come in after they worn down 70, 80 yards. Last year, his first full year running back, he didn't even have, I don't remember, 2-3 runs where he got over, like he just got out, because it's a difference when you have to go from being a spell back to being the man. Now, I will say this. They have recruited 65 running backs. So the room is big enough. So they should be able, out of 8 running backs, to find some type of balance, because it goes back to what Matt said. And this is not throwing shade. This is just the truth. In the SEC, you're going to have to be able to get down and dirty. That just coming back, throwing for 400, 500 yards, the athletes are too good. The line is too great. You're not going to be able to do that. So if that's going to be a big question for them, is with their defense and with their running back. I think those are two valid questions. And I say that because we sit here and talk about, we look at Ole Miss defense last year. It's like, there's not one game you can go back and look to and say, man, they were dominant. Like, no game. So you get 5-6 players in the portal. And then, I know they got some big names like Walter Nolan. I remember him. But this is the thing about Nolan. I remember looking at him last year, and there was some games you didn't even know he was on the field.
LSU.
So we don't even know. So that's what I'm saying. It's like we're banking on certain names as if they going to come in and look, it's a hope right now. And that's why I said the pressure is on them.
Well, this is what I'm going to say. Like I said, what you just got through saying, I already combated that. It was year one, new system. They didn't know the system. And I'm just saying, when it came to Ole Miss, hold on. Before you say that, come back what you said first. Since Lane has been there, because I know my team, he's been balanced. But people, because they look at Lane Kiffin, they think he throw the ball all around. We've been balanced. We've been a balanced team. He actually, if you want to tell the truth, in his earlier first 2-3 years, he was running the ball more than he throwing the ball. Them facts. So when it comes to the running, I feel like we're gonna have to prove ourselves, but I don't feel like it'll be no feat.
I want to say this though. You did say, I'm just saying logically. You said his first year. Well, you got You got Pete Golden back. You said he got first year guys. They don't know the system. What do you think happens when transfers come in? This is what I'm saying. It's the just like it was the players' first year adjusting to the scheme. It's the same thing for transfers. For some of them adjusting to the scheme, like it's their first year in the scheme,
right? But
to make it, listen, this is what I'm saying. To make it jail, and I'm saying this. I ain't played on no college level, but I done played ball. I remember this. We had a team, and I'm telling you, we had a team where we had one of the best ball players in the area transfer to our school to add to. We already had 2 20-point scores. This dude coming in averaging 20. So we thinking, oh, hey, barbecue chicken. Well, guess what happened? When he comes in there, people have to start sacrificing, start having to be a player that they quote unquote wasn't. You're not gonna be this superstar, bro. It takes a lot to get people to buy in. That's one thing that people overlook when it comes to the transfer portal. You got to get the players to buy in to say, this is who can I get you to play for the name on the front of the jersey as opposed to the name on the back. You're paying all these players all this money. These players trying to come in and they want to be the reason. You got a lot on your hands. You have a fight within the fight that you're gonna have to win. Ole Miss, we can say we won't, but this is not a place where they're used to being in this particular conversations that they're in right now. So I'm just telling you,
we've been utilizing
pressure bust pipes. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's fine, but I'm saying that's fine. But since the NIL been out transfer portal, we've been using the portal. That's not act like this a one-hit wonder. We've been using the portal. Y'all know that. This is the second time we've been number one as far as the portal. So we'll see what they do, and hey, we'll live. I'm just letting y'all know we bookmarking this episode because I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
We keep receipts.
Yeah, everybody coming back, bro. Everybody coming back. And when you said 12 and 0,
12 and 0. Hey, that's my bold prediction. You heard what I said. 12 and 0, man. 12 and 0. That's the flow. That's the flow. But the ceiling 12 and 0. That's the flow, man.
What's the flow?
Yeah,
10 and 2. You heard him.
All right, everybody. It's been a good episode. I appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Because my boy is delirious at this point, man.
10 and 2. Who beat
But nah,
that?
man.
Who beat
Get him some
that?
water. Get him some water.
Man, we finna put these Rebels to bed, man.
Okay.
Next week, what we got? What we got, Matt? Who we talking about next week?
You want to go to Texas? Or?
That's right.